Good afternoon. My name is David Eggen, MLA for Edmonton Northwest and the official opposition critic for advanced education in the Alberta Legislature. Just want to say we're gathered here today on Treaty 6 territory, and I would also like to acknowledge the Métis people of Alberta who share a deep connection with this land. I'm joined here as well today with Sarah Opeña-Sakar, a university student who will share her own experience and thoughts with you on problems caused by the UCP cuts to student aid. Across this province, students are struggling. Tuition is skyrocketing, student loan rates are going up, and this UCP government has both underfunded student aid and refused to spend the money they actually have allocated for it. So at a time when tuition is skyrocketing and student debt is even more expensive, the UCP is actually withholding student aid money. Last summer, the UCP combined eligibility grants under one main student grant program for full-time students, which is now called student aid. By expanding eligibility, but not the grant itself, it created a pool with more qualified applicants than student aid could actually cover, creating problems they were warned about many times. This current scheme does not even come close to covering the amount of need, nor the number of students who are eligible for this program. The grant funding is much smaller than it should be, and significantly less than the Canadian average. Then, just to add to this problem, the UCP actually underspent student aid by $4 million. The Minister of Advanced Education has refused to release millions in student aid funding in our province after significantly diminishing the grants available and making significant global cuts to post-secondary in general. The minister himself stated that aid applications were paused due to an abundance of applications and a reluctance to spend the budgeted amount or risk having to ask for additional funds. So this UCP government stopped helping students because too many students needed help. This is money that could have gone to those hoping to start a career, start a business, build a life, help our community, help to build this province. Decisions by this UCP government are actively causing harm to students across the province. I would like to now introduce a U of A student, Sarah Opeña-Sakar, to share a few words. Sarah?
Thank you, David. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah, and I'm currently going into my third year of study here at the University of Alberta in sociology. I want to start off by saying that we, the students, deserve to get the most out of our degrees, which is why, like many, I prefer to take fuller course loads. But it's also no secret that taking 4 to 5 or even 6 classes in a regular semester is a full-time responsibility, a lot of times requiring studying almost every day of the week. This can make it really difficult to work a job on the side, and sometimes even trying to balance a job with school can get in the way of achieving the highest academic success. You might be thinking, maybe drop a couple classes, but if students who are more financially privileged never have to think about this, then how is it fair for students with less financial privilege to have to worry about if they can complete their degree within a decent number of years? Even amongst all the hardships of post-secondary, they say university is supposed to be a time when you can enjoy yourself and enjoy your early 20s, but it's not fun to have to choose between dropping classes. It's not fun to choose between buying mandatory textbooks or affording groceries for the month. Long story short, especially considering our ever-increasing tuition and living costs nowadays, we need student aid and we need even more grants. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Another student wanted to share her story here today, but was unable to speak today. Christina Prakash was considered eligible and did apply for student aid, and she lost her grant because the government's refusal to spend the already existing money on student aid, which means she had to drop out of school. Christina was working 60 to 70 hours a week as an independent student and then was told she was eligible for student loans and grants. Things that she would rely on because she couldn't keep up a work schedule by being a full-time student. She was told time and time again by student aid that she would qualify and proceeded with her classes, only finding out that weeks past any deadline she would not, in fact, receive any help. In the end, she had to drop out of school. She has included a statement and a letter, part of which I will read here today. And I quote, "This whole situation has ruined my motivation to attend university again and has really messed up probably the rest of my life, as I do not think I'll be going back to university again to complete the program I was in. I would have finished the requirements for my classes in April 2022. Student aid is meant to be there to help students, not stress them out financially while they are attending school, which already is a stress on its own. I hope that someone hears this and understands that it was very much a struggle to make ends meet, and now I have to go back to the loans when I was not even given a chance to complete my classes and to actually gain something from it." Unquote. Thank you, Christina, for sharing this story. With proper funding, access, and affordability, we could create conditions for success where young people could thrive. Instead, under this UCP government, we are losing more people, and with them the ideas, communities, and unique perspectives. It's people who are, after all, the most important resource in the province of Alberta. These policies of deep cuts to post-secondary, hiking interest rates, denying student aid, and increasing costs in every single aspect of every single Albertan's life will not only make life worse for those people, it could really make life worse for the entire province. Alberta just can't trust this UCP government with post-secondary education. An NDP government will stand with students, properly fund post-secondary, and ensure that these brilliant young people will have the opportunities that they need to thrive in our province and to build an even greater future for all of us together. Thank you, and I will be happy to take your questions.
We will now open the floor for questions. Please state your name and your outlet. Okay, we will now go to the phones. Reminder, if joining by Zoom, please use the raise hand function or *9 on the phone. All right, thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. No question.
So much for watching, and to learn more, check out albertasfuture.ca.